What's up guys, it's Sean and today we're going to check out Tuan Legacy at Segambut. That's the site, let's go! We are now in the show unit and I must say they are taking the theming very seriously. So if you are not familiar with the previous project, I'll just put the link somewhere here. It's called Tuan. After the first project being so successful, and we have seen their approach where it's very practical yet very delicately done. So let's get the location right first. This is Duke Highway and this is Jalan Kuching. Tuan is right here, which is their first phase. Now their second phase is actually here. Pretty close to Paprika area, Mont Kiara area. It's in the same route where you head on to KL City Centre. In total, there will be 596 units in a 3-acre piece of land. And this will be the local road. The access will be like this via the guardhouse. And that will be the drop-off as well as the lobby. So what you can observe here will be the treatments, right? The curved windows around as well as the balustrades to create that colonial facade. Then after you drive in, this will be the elevated car parks. And because of the odd shape of the land, they did their own chamfering. So they allocated the futsal court here as well as the garden here. Therefore, the site becomes like a squarish, more workable form. On top of the elevated car park, this will be the facility deck where you have a basketball court. Then you can see the Olympic size. It's a 52 meters swimming pool with this crazy water play area. This time they add in a lot of feature space. Check out the water fountain area and you check out this glass pavilion over this site. Then this is a multi-purpose hall along with an indoor badminton court. And this will be the gym room. Something to point out at this border, this will be the pylons, the high tension cables. And in the site, I think because there's some technicality on the preparation of the general STP, which is the sewerage treatment plant. So before they can tap into the main one, just in case if this project is completed before the completion of the STP, they allocated a small STP here. If the general STP is completed, there won't be an underground STP in the project. So because it's underground, so you guys don't have to really worry about smell. Just that the maintenance part, the truck will need to come in every fortnight to clear it up only. In terms of massing, you can see that it's really stacked up one side. They also allocated the residents as far away as possible from the pylons. So they also dressed up the boundaries to really minimize those areas. Moving on, there will be 16 units per floor served by 6 lifts. I think the refuse chamber will be somewhere in the center. You can see there's a lot of voids, which I like. That allocates space for every room in the unit to have windows. And something I really like, every unit type has 3 bedrooms. Also something to take note, because of the shape of the land, right? I think the architect did their best in keeping the towers away from the pylons. Just that in terms of orientation wise, the tower is actually facing kind of east and west. And something really cool I found in the sales gallery would be how they communicate the building design via high-tech stuff like this right now. And they overlay the layout onto the land itself. What you can see at the site, there will be a warehouse, and this will be the highway, and this will be Jalan Kuching, right? The pylons are here, and they really represent the site as real as possible, so you really know what you're buying into. When it's completed, it's going to look like that. And one of the main concerns I have would be the noise from the roads. This will be the main drop-off. Look at the ceiling design. It looks very themed, very nicely done. Just like their grand lobby, I think it's very cool. So this will be the facility deck, and this was the fountain that I was telling you guys about, where you have the ramp. It's a combination between a stairs and a ramp. But what I'm trying to say here is all these renderings looks as nice as they are designed. There's always a gap between what's here and what's in real life. Therefore, it's really an advantage for developers who have previous projects that was very successful. Also, when you walk around the sales gallery, the treatments, right, you can almost expect them to be similar to the one in the project. Like the types of furniture, the types of carpet treatments, those laser printings, even the games room, the gym, the badminton court, and etc. Although you look into the picture, sometimes you figure can meh? But when you really visited their project before, I think it's pretty close. Now let's head on to the show unit. The unit that we're going to check out today will be type A862 square feet. It's a 3-bedroom unit. When we come in from the foyer, at your left will be the kitchen and the yard space. I think this looks nice, a wet kitchen. So your dining and living. This balcony is also quite sizable in terms of depth. Then you have 3-bedroom, very standard. And something I really like, their bedroom tree, they ensure that they can accommodate a double bed at least. Every room will have windows, that's nice. And the bathroom will be natural ventilated as well. This will be the foyer into your unit. And do take note, this is a show unit, so it's not entirely what you see while you're kind of setting. Once you come in, you will have the living, dining, as well as the kitchen with the yard. The space is designed where you can allocate an island, where it will be pretty cool in terms of experience for you to talk to your friends. Then you have a lot of space for cabinetries, and I like the window here. Right, this is very practical. Just do take note, these walls will be solid. They empty this out for visual purposes, but what you need to look at will be the space allocated. Just when everybody is thinking of eliminating yard space altogether, just to save area and to reduce the cost of the unit, I don't think it's that practical. A yard space like this has its attractiveness, especially if you're a person who really likes to cook, right? This is amazing. You can really accommodate a full wet kitchen here. Just that, you need to take into consideration of the feng shui location. From the kitchen, this will be the dining space and this will be the living connecting to the balcony. So the ongoing price for this project right now is around 500 per square feet on average. Well, it depends on which floor that you are choosing. And a unit like this will cost around 400 over 1,000, which is very affordable, especially in a location where it's so close to the CBD. You are very close to Mont Kiara, Dutamas, Jalan Ipoh, the LCC, Kepong, and etc. Right? So the ceiling height is around 3 meters. And let's check out the balcony. But how I wish this was bigger. It's a very different experience when you have a very square balcony. The space suddenly becomes very usable. Instead of those common steel handrails, they try to apply things like this. Well, it's really for theming purposes only, just to bring out that British colonial look. Moving on, there will be a shared bathroom here, and the brand will be Sorrento for basin and Sorrento for WC. Then you have your bidet, tissue holder, shower, and a window for ventilation. So it's very basic, very complete, full height wall tiles as well. Right opposite there will be a room. So when you're in a show unit, it's important to be inspired by the design. It's for reference purposes. Then what you need to take note will be the physical stuff like the height, the width, as well as the window opening where it's only from here to here. It's not really full height. It's a similar approach to the previous project where cost will be the main factor. Their approach has always been very direct in terms of structural. Nothing fancy about the typology, nothing fancy about the massing. However, to add in flavors, to add in spices to the development, they applied themes to it. So the previous one was Peranakan, now they are going for this colonial look that is applied throughout the common areas. It's a very practical and economical way of doing things. Therefore, the price can be at such affordable level. But there's nothing I can do. I can never get to you. So I'm looking for a miracle. Next would be another bedroom here, where now they decorate it as a baby's room. This will be the window, and at this size they can accommodate a wardrobe space as well as the double bed. And one of the most neglected space in every layout would be a storage space. They actually design out a kink like this for you to allocate stuff. You can actually enclose it with cabinets where you can put your mop, your vacuum cleaner and things like that. Moving on to the principal bedroom. Something to take note, this beam does not exist in the actual unit because this is built on the shop office. Therefore, they need to live with the existing structural elements. You have a queen size bed, bedside table, enough circulation space to move around. Just that I would expect a way bigger window size, but I guess when cost is involved, I think this is practical enough. And let's move on to the principal bathroom. Again, full height wall tiles, a small window for ventilation. You have similar things, Sorrento and Sorrento. So guys, that's all for the unit. It's a rather direct layout, very practical oriented. Let's go on to the site. That is Jalan Kuching. This will be the site where it's covered by the blue hoardings. And what we can see right now is that immediate site conditions, which is the pylon, car workshop. Then you still have kampong settlements. When you're looking from a bigger view, it's adjacent to Jalan Kuching, and with that you can go to KL like that. You can also access Duke Highway quite immediately, and you are very close to MyTech, where KL Metropolis is. So if you're actually working around that area, I think it's going to be pretty convenient. And you come to think back to the overall design scheme, this is a very own stay product where every room is a 3-bedroom. So there's no commercial activities, hence you'll need to drive around. And I think that's all for this visit. It's now time for Sean Take 3 on 3. 3 things I really like. Number 1 would be the theming, the design strategy of the developer. It has always been a very practical oriented development with single tower, nothing fancy about it, and the elevated car park is also used to buffer away power from the pylons. This reflects in their unit layout as well. You can see that extra storage space that they prepared, the squareness of the balcony, the yard. It just adds a dimension of practicality to the layout. Also, the smallest bedroom where they ensure that it can fit a double-sized bed. This round, what's good is in comparison to their previous one, they are putting in more. They now have a water feature, that you have the glass pavilion that makes it look super good, right? Then you have the Olympic-sized swimming pool, indoor badminton court. The design approach to things are just very sensible. And because of that, point number 2, the cost of the development is really within affordability, therefore it results in a very healthy sales progress. And that is also partly because of point number 3. In this location, Segambut is a kind of good and bad kind of thing, where you have the kampong side of things, but if you were to go one street away, it's sandwiched between Bukit Tungku, KL, Mont Kiara and Dutamas. I think it's only about time that it will really be fully developed. But on the other side of things, 3 things that I don't like. Number 1 is also part of the location, which is to look indeed at a micro level, it's the site conditions. Of course, the pylon, we need to take note of that. If you look into TMB reports, if you look into journals online, it's proven that it will not cause any health hazard or whatsoever, but it's that stigma that is associated with the pylon. Also, the direct entrance, the direct branch off from Jalan Kuching over to the site, right? I'm glad that the entrance of the development is not directly in front of the junction. If not, that would be quite troublesome. Then you somewhat have the settlement of the kampong area, as well as the car factory next to your site. So those are the things that you really need to take note, which is the site condition. Number 2, for the price of the convenience of that direct access to Jalan Kuching and Duke, right? You are very close to it, hence you will also need to live with the noise that comes with it. The traffic noise, I think now everyone is almost preparing for MCO already. So it's not going to be that obvious, right? But I think when a building is actually completed, then you will someone need to treat your windows if you really cannot tahan the sounds. And last of all would be the STP in the development itself. Well, this may happen or may not happen, but the developer is taking precaution just in case, worst case scenario, there will be an underground STP in the development. But if the actual STP is actually ready for them to tap on, then it wouldn't happen at all. So I really like the approach of communication by this developer. They really be upfront with all these kind of site conditions, and with that, it really ties in with what I believe, which is to make informed decisions. You know exactly what is on site. Even certain units that is facing the pylon, they put it at a cheaper price with discounts. And I guess that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for the team. If you really like this episode, like it, share it, and even subscribe for more information like this. Until next time, this is Sean Tan. Ciao.
So darling, take my hand, you got to understand, I don't wanna just be fair. Come away.